Okay, so here we have our completed tree. Make sure it's saved, make sure it's in the Snowman project folder, and then we can close our file. So just file close. And open up the latest version of your Snowman scene if it's not open already. Importing the tree into the scene is really simple. Click on File, Merge, and if you save the tree in the project folder like you're supposed to, it'll go to the project folder and just select Tree. Click Open, and the tree will come in. And let's see how I did on proportion. So it's a lot smaller than I expected, but that's okay. There are small pine trees, and this it has character, and it's working well, for one tree. But like what we're gonna do, or what I'm gonna ask you to do, is set up the scene not only with we might do a couple more objects, but I want multiple trees in the scene. So with the tree selected in the object manager, do a Command C or Control C to copy, then Command V or Control V to paste, and it'll paste in the same location. So I'm going to just move my second tree out of the way, and over here it went from tree to tree one, and I misspelled tree. I spelled it tree. Okay, but I'm going to leave it as tree. So just for comedic purposes. All right. So anyway, so I want multiple trees, and I want them to vary in size. So a couple things I can do here. Let me hit the letter O on the keyboard so I can zoom in on this second tree. I can scale it. I can hit T for scale tool, click, hold, and drag to the right and make it larger. And that's all well and good, hooray for me. Make sure your trees are sitting into the landscape here. And it looks dark on your screen because of the lighting I have. Let me move it back a little so we can see it better and move it up. Okay. So that's the tree I made larger just using the scale tool. Let me make another copy of this. Okay, the larger tree is selected. Command C or Control C, Command V, and there's my other tree here. And let me pan. Whoops! I always forget to disable the selection tool. Okay. Now suppose I want, if you just like cut and paste these things, it might get boring pretty quick. So suppose I want to make this tree look a little bit thinner than this one. Well, here's what you do. Click on the tree that we just pasted, which is being labeled as tree.2. Click on the object manager. Come down into the scale it comes in, X, Y, and Z. It'll always, when you bring something in, it's always going to be 1, 1, 1. It's the, it's the scale we brought it in on. Will default to 1 for each the X, Y, Z, and axis. Now let's look over in our viewport here. Suppose I want to make this thinner. I don't want to make it shorter. I just want to make it thinner. So I'm going to leave the Y-axis alone, but I'm going to change the Z and the X-axis. So let me again come over with the tree 2 selected. I'll change X to 0.75. I'll leave Y alone, and then I'll change Z to 0.75. So coming back over to the viewport, take a look. This is the tree that we scaled up, then we copied it, and then this is thinner. And actually, this is more aesthetically pleasing when I look at it. So that was scaling just the width and thickness of this thing by just changing these parameters here. So you can play around with that to change the scale, the relative scales of these things, to make them thinner or taller or shorter or whatever. But anyway, when we complete this scene, we'll have multiple trees in it and maybe a few other objects. So let's see. I think I'll leave the video. We'll end this video here. So I'll see you in the next video.